Hello, I'm Lynette Edwards, the Public Guardian for East Tennessee. The Public Guardianship Program is administered by the East Tennessee Human Resource Agency and the Area Agency on Aging and Disability. The Public Guardianship for the Elderly program provides conservatorship services for 16 counties in East Tennessee. Today we have Mr. Bill Reeves with us, an attorney with experience in conservatorships. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Lynette. Thanks for having me.
Our program today is going to be focused on answering questions we get from callers. Bill, the first question we're often asked about conservatorships is, what is a conservator?
A conservator is a court-appointed person who is given responsibility and authority by the court for caring for another person, including making their medical decisions, financial decisions, living arrangements, and other important decisions.
Who needs a conservator?
Well, generally any person with a disability or a condition which makes them unable to care for themselves, including their medical care, their finances, or their living conditions, and where there are no friends or family members able to help. Often, conservatorship cases involve financial abuse or lack of medical care for the person being considered.
Okay. Who can ask for a conservatorship?
Any person with knowledge of a person's needs can apply to the court to request the appointment of a conservator. It's a formal court proceeding and is begun with filing of papers called generally a petition with an appropriate court.
Okay. One question we're often asked is being a conservator hard?
Well, it certainly can be. A conservator must provide the care and make decisions for the other person as directed by the court. A conservator will have to make medical appointments and decisions about treatment, including end-of-life decisions. It may also require making living and housing arrangements and managing another person's income and assets, and making detailed reports about all of this to the court on a regular, scheduled basis.
So that is a lot of work. Can a conservator be paid for doing all this work?
Yes, fees can be awarded to a conservator by the court. All fees must be pre-approved by the court and be reasonable, and can then be paid from the income or the assets of the person being helped.
Would a person need an attorney to start a conservatorship for someone?
Probably. The conservatorship laws are detailed and very specific, and that's in order to protect a person's health and assets. It would be very difficult for a person without experience to understand how to proceed.
And what happens if a person objects to having a conservator appointed?
Any person has the right to object to having a conservator, and the court would have a hearing and consider all the evidence, such as medical records and a doctor's statement, could consider the testimony of family and friends, and of course testimony from the person, him or herself, to decide if a conservator is in the person's best interest.
And so what can be done if that person refuses to go to the doctor, or if the doctor's office won't provide records?
Medical proof is required to establish a conservatorship. The court can order an examination and evaluation of the person, and can also order access to that person's medical records to obtain the necessary information.
So once a conservator is appointed, then what has to be done?
There are many specific requirements which a conservator has to meet. Records of all financial activity, including income and expenditures, must be kept. They must be reported regularly to the court. Medical decisions require communication and coordination with doctors, medical providers, and residential facilities. A conservator is also required to prepare and file tax returns for the person. The court which appointed the conservator remains involved and provides oversight for all of the conservator's activities.
Bill, if a person needs a conservator, but there's just no one available to help, no friend or family, then what happens?
Well, that's where the public guardian program administered by ETHRA and by you often comes in, where there's no one else to help and provides all these services in that sort of case.
Well, we hope we've answered your questions today. Thank you, Bill, for being with us.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.